And then it's one more.
And then one more, good. A plane flew from Victoria to Calgary, flying a distance of 1,260 kilometers. On the return journey, due to a strong headwind, the average flying speed was 90 kilometers slower than the outward journey. So the time taken for the return journey was 20 minutes more than for the outward journey. Calculate the time taken to go from Victoria to Calgary. Okay, so distance, speed, time here. So the plane flew from Victoria to Calgary, and then Calgary to Victoria. So V to C, and then C to V. They're each going 1260. Okay, 1,260 kilometers. How fast was it going? Well, due to the headwind here, the return trip was 90 kilometers an hour slower. So maybe what we'll do here is we'll say that the first trip was X, the second trip was X minus 90. We haven't really done it like that before. Usually we've done addition here, but there's nothing wrong with that. Now, what are the times here? Well, immediately the times are 1260 over X, 1260 over X minus 90. Okay? Now, again, that extra 20 minutes, don't put it in the chart. I don't care how they relate to each other. How long did the first trip take? How long did the second trip take? So now, when I build the equation, that's when I consider that extra time. Now, in order to make these two equal, I have to add that additional time somewhere. And by the way, the question says 20 minutes. Whoa, sorry about that. 20 minutes. Let's just talk about that. 20 minutes, you know that I have to convert this to an hour. So just think about that. 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour. So in my equation here, I'm going to add 1/3 of an hour to which side? Well, the slower guy naturally takes more time. Why? Because he's slower. Don't add more time to him. That just makes it even worse. In order to make these two equal, the faster guy takes less time. So what happens here is in order to make these two values equal, I have to add, sorry, we're not going to see the addition there if I do it like close. But I have to add the additional 1/3 of an hour to the faster trip here. So now, anyway, I know that's not coming through terribly clear there, but it's got 1260 over X plus 1/3 equals 1260 over X minus 90. I'm now going to solve this by multiplying through by the common multiple of the denominators, which is going to be X times 3 times X minus 90. In the first term here, the X cancels. That's going to be 1260 times 3 times X minus 90. In that middle term, the 3 cancels, so this is going to be plus X times X minus 90. And on the right-hand side, this is going to end up being, well, on the right-hand side, the X minus 90 is going to cancel, so you're left with 1260 times X times 3. Okay? Now, when we multiply this all out, and I don't know why I put an equal sign way up front there, but anyway, when I multiply this all out, I am going to get, 1260 times 3, I'm going to get 3,780 X minus, now that's going to be, that's going to be 1260 times 3 times negative 90. Now that's going to be kind of big. Okay. Negative 340,200 plus X squared minus 90X. And I've run out of room here, but on the other side here, that is also going to equal 1260 times 3 times X is going to equal, 3,780X. Now, I kind of didn't give myself enough room there because those are going to cancel. I'm going to be left with X squared minus 90X minus 340,200 equals 0. Okay, now, I am not even going to try to think of what the factors of 340,200 are that differ by 90. Not even going to try. I'm going to jump immediately to the quadratic formula. So it'll be negative of negative 90 plus or minus the square root of negative 90 squared minus 4 times A times C, which is this huge number, all over 2 times A, which is just 1 here. So now this simply becomes calculator work. Okay, so I'm going to have positive 90 plus the square root of 90 squared. Now make sure that you're squaring the negative in there. Okay, minus 4 times 1 times negative 340,200. And this is all going to be divided by 2. And it turns out this is 630. Now I wouldn't have guessed that at all. If I do this again, putting a subtraction sign in there for just to take advantage of the plus or minus, I get negative 540. Now the negative 540 obviously doesn't make any sense here. But it says calculate the time taken for the journey from Victoria to Calgary. Well, from Victoria to Calgary I said was X. So the only answer here that makes really any sense there is that 630 kilometers an hour, which means the time taken for that outward journey is going to equal 1260 over 630. So 1260 divided by 630, and the answer is 2 hours.